Welcome. Thanks for joining us as we take some time to explore something really foundational, something steadying in, well, the often chaotic flow of life.
Absolutely. It's good to be thinking about this.
We're going to dive into this really powerful and comforting idea today. A love that holds firm, that stays constant no matter what's happening around us.
It is a profound thought, isn't it? This kind of unwavering love. It speaks to something I think fundamental in us, the need for security, for a connection that doesn't break.
Yeah, exactly. And to really grasp the strength of this, let's actually start somewhere maybe a bit unexpected.
Okay.
The Book of Lamentations. Now, this isn't exactly light reading. It's born from intense sorrow, a period of national devastation, really deep loss.
It's incredibly raw, very honest about grief and pain.
But here's what's so striking and why we're starting here. Right in the middle of all that despair, the writer finds this powerful truth about love, an enduring love.
And that contrast is key, isn't it? You can't fully appreciate the resilience of this love without seeing the darkness it shines through. We're not talking small problems here.
No, not at all. It was massive upheaval.
Right. And yet that's the context for this declaration about a love that doesn't fail. It makes it all the more significant.
And this isn't just some ancient text for us to analyze historically. We're seeing echoes of this kind of steadfast love right now, in our own time.
That's true.
Think about, say, the long-term efforts in Haiti after the earthquake there, or closer to home maybe, the way volunteers showed up day after day in Texas following those tornadoes recently.
Those are powerful examples. Real people, real situations.
They give us tangible proof almost of this intangible idea. We'll look at those stories a bit more closely soon, but they show this isn't just theory.
Precisely. Those contemporary events become like a window. They let us see this ancient wisdom about unwavering love actually playing out today. It
Right.
makes it very real.
Okay, so let's dig into that foundation a bit more. The specific scripture from Lamentations, it's chapter 3, verses 22 and 23.
A cornerstone passage for this idea.
It says, "Because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." Now, just pause there. If you're living through what the writer was, deep sorrow and national devastation, what would hearing those words mean?
Oh, it would be. It would be just extraordinary. Try to picture it. Loss everywhere, everything unstable, maybe feeling completely abandoned.
Right.
And then against that, this incredibly bold statement, not just hope, but an affirmation of love and compassion that never fails. The fact that comes out of that suffering, well, that gives it incredible weight.
Like a light in utter darkness.
Exactly. A defiant declaration of something better, something constant.
And that imagery, new every morning. What does that suggest about this love, especially when you're facing your own ongoing struggles?
It speaks to reliability, doesn't it? Consistency. It's
Yeah.
not some feeling that comes and goes with your mood or circumstances.
Mm.
New every morning implies a fresh start is always available. A continuous renewal of that care, that compassion, no matter what happened yesterday.
So even in the absolute darkest night, there's this promise of dawn bringing renewed mercy.
Yes, a constant source, always being replenished.
Okay, so pulling from that scripture, the core principle seems clear. It's a love that is fundamentally steadfast, unwavering. It doesn't depend on us.
That's exactly. The text points to it being rooted in his very nature.
Yeah.
It's who God is, not a response to how well we're doing.
So it's not about how we perform or how well we hold things together.
Not at all. That's crucial. This love exists regardless of our successes, our failures, our messy lives. It's inherent to the giver.
That feels incredibly freeing, actually. It lifts that burden, that pressure we often feel to, earn love or approval, or the fear that we could mess up so badly we'd lose it.
It really does. It points towards a relationship based on grace, unearned favor, rather than merit.
Freely given, freely received.
Yes. There's a deep security in that, isn't there? Knowing this love isn't fragile, it's not conditional on your latest performance review, spiritually speaking.
Right. Okay, let's bring this back to those real-world examples we mentioned. First, Haiti, March 2025. A community still dealing with the aftermath of a huge earthquake, getting sustained help from churches, local groups.
Ongoing support, not just immediate relief.
And this quote from a family really captured it. They said, "They didn't just help once, they keep showing up. That's love." Just think about the impact of that consistency.
That phrase, they keep showing up, that's powerful. It highlights the persistence. It wasn't just one donation or one day of volunteering.
No.
It was a long-term commitment to people who were still hurting. That repetitive action, that refusal to forget or move on, that directly mirrors this idea of a love that endures, that doesn't give up.
It says something about the heart behind it, doesn't it? It's not just about fixing an immediate problem.
It's about walking with people through the long haul, a deep, abiding care that leads to persistent action. That's reflecting something powerful.
And then Texas. Those recent tornadoes. Neighborhoods hit hard. And what happened?
Volunteers, day after day.
Exactly. Bringing supplies, yes, but also prayer, encouragement, just being there, a sense of hope.
Tangible help and intangible support, both crucial.
And a resident said something that really struck me. They don't even know us, but they love us like God does, steadily, faithfully.
Wow. That comparison is direct.
This is it.
To equate the actions of strangers, their steady, faithful help, to the nature of God's love. That says so much. It shows how human compassion can be a vessel, a real-life manifestation of that deeper, unwavering love we're talking about.
The fact they didn't know them personally, yet showed up with such reliability, that just drives home the point about this kind of love in action.
It absolutely does. It takes it from a nice theological concept and puts it right there on the ground, in muddy boots and shared water bottles. These examples show how that steadfast love works through people.
So let's try and weave these threads together. What are the essential takeaways here? What's the core idea people should hold on to from this?
I think the central thought boils down to this. This love isn't fragile. It doesn't run out. It shows up again and again with mercy that meets you right where you are.
Okay, let's unpack that phrase a bit. There's a lot in there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
First, isn't fragile. What does that mean? It means it's resilient.
It can take a hit.
Exactly. Whatever you're going through, whatever mistakes you make, this love isn't easily broken or scared off. It endures.
Okay.
Second, doesn't run out. That points to its infinite nature. It's not like a bank account that can be depleted.
Uh-huh.
Your needs, the world's needs, they can't exhaust it. It's an endless source.
That's comforting.
Then shows up again and again. This highlights its consistency. It's always present. Even if we don't feel it, even if we aren't looking for it, it's reliably there.
And the last part, meets you right where you are.
Yeah, this is maybe the most personal part. It's accessible. You don't need to clean yourself up first or reach some level of perfection.
It finds you in the mess.
Precisely. In your current situation, your struggles, your imperfections, it comes to you.
And going back to Lamentations, that line, his compassion is new with the sunrise, how does that play out practically, day to day?
Well, think of it as a daily dose of hope. Every single morning offers a fresh start, a new wave of this mercy and compassion.
Like hitting reset.
Kind of, yeah. Whatever happened yesterday, the failures, the struggles, the pain today, is a new opportunity to receive this love, this fresh mercy. It wipes the slate clean in terms of his loving attitude towards you.
That's a powerful thought to start your day with.
Isn't it? And then there's the idea of this love being an anchor when everything else is shaken.
Yeah.
What does that metaphor suggest?
Stability, right. Something
Yeah.
solid to hold on to when the ground is shifting beneath your feet.
Exactly. When everything feels uncertain, when life is turbulent, this love provides a fixed point, a source of security that isn't dependent on circumstances changing.
The constant in the chaos.
The one thing you can rely on to hold fast, even when everything else feels like it's falling apart. It's that foundation.
Okay, this brings us to a really vital point for anyone listening, a moment for personal reflection. The question to ask yourself is this: where in your life do you need to be reminded that God's love has not left you? Why is that specific question so important?
Because, well, our feelings aren't always reliable guides to truth, are they? Especially when we're struggling.
No, they can definitely mislead us.
You might feel alone or unworthy or like you've been abandoned. Asking this question prompts you to look beyond those feelings.
To consciously seek the truth.
Yes, to actively remember and affirm the reality of this unwavering love, even when, maybe especially when, your emotions are telling you something different. It's about countering doubt with the assurance of his constant presence.
So wrapping up this deep dive then, the essential message is really about the enduring, always present nature of this specific love.
That's right. A love that we see promise in ancient words born from sorrow.
And reflected in the compassionate actions of people today.
Exactly. It's a love that holds on, a compassion that restarts every morning, and a reliable presence that can anchor us through anything.
So here's a final thought to carry with you. How might truly grasping this idea of an unwavering love change the way you navigate your own challenges?
Hmm.
Could it build resilience in you? Could it shift your perspective, maybe help you see those acts of steadfast love, both divine and human, more clearly in the world around you? Something to really mull over. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.